My first question is, how long have you been doing music?
Man, I've been doing music for almost 13 years.
Okay. How did you get started in it?
You know, I just loved it from the beginning, but I actually started really kind of taking it seriously. I had met some friends, and they had a love for music too, you know, and we all used to dance around and play around and, you know, throw on our little outfits and jump around and do our little rapping and stuff. And finally we was like, you know what, we should really become a group and really take this serious and really, you know, just try to do this thing officially. So it started like back then. We started dancing and you know, rapping and really started putting things together. And after a while of just doing that and you know, rehearsing and trying to get things together, coming up with a group name and doing all that, which the name of the group I started with is called The Capers. We got together, got some songs, and spoke to Frost at D-Lo, and he was getting his company started and was like, hey, y'all gonna be my first group, and we gonna run it. And we was like, okay, we ready. You know what I'm saying? So that's really how that started, and I've actually been with D-Lo since then, all the way up until now.
Okay, that's cool. So is that when you first realized that rapping was what you really wanted to do as your career?
I mean, that's when I said, you know what, this is exactly what I think I should be doing. At first, it was just kind of like something I just liked and was just kind of into. But kind of really after the whole group situation, we dropped the album and we kind of decided to go our separate ways, not because of anything wrong, but because of everybody just wanting to do different things, and I just couldn't stop with the music. It was just like in me at that point, and I was like, I got to keep pursuing, I got to keep going, and I'm going to become a solo artist, and you know, we just started running it from there, and I knew then, like, okay, this is it, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, do you think it was more difficult getting to where you are now because you're a female MC?
I'm sorry, say that one more time, the phone went out.
Do you think that it was more difficult getting to where you are right now because you are a female MC?
I definitely think so. I mean, you know, it's obvious to see it's a male-dominated industry. It's, you know, way more men, and, you know, with the success of the females that we have had, it doesn't nearly compare to the males. And, you know, it's a lot more difficult for us to get in and gain the respect, and we have a line of a certain way that things need to be done, and you know, it takes a certain amount of acceptance before the females are considered, you know, hey, she the girl, that's the girl, you know, we loving her, we feeling her, and it's difficult to a sense because it's like, you know, with men, they can come out and, you know, they can make a song about damn near anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, that's my boy right there, he hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but with females, it's like, okay, for one time, oh, she too this, oh, now is, and oh, is that, you know, and it takes time to really get in there and find your place and your place of comfort and your place of gaining respect and people understanding and feeling you and feeling where you coming from as a woman. And with me, I am a woman. I'm a woman out here every day. I have a son and I have different issues and I have, you know, I go through the same things that every other woman go through. So what better way to express that than to put it in my music for other women to be able to relate to.
Okay, yeah. That is definitely true about the men being able to make whatever song they want to, though. You do see that a lot.
Exactly.
So, who or what is your biggest inspiration?
You know, my family, you know, and just fans, they, you know, inspire me to keep going, and, you know, just being with the record company that's been behind me the whole time, and we always, you know, moving forward and pressing forward and then believing and saying, hey, we gonna get this, we're gonna make these things happen, you know, and just me really just knowing that I have so much to cover, so many grounds to cover, and so much that I need to achieve, and refusing to give up because I haven't made it there yet, you know, and not being discouraged. I'm just inspired every day by my family and by my fans to just keep it moving because they're feeling me and they seeing the growth and I'm seeing the growth, and I know that I got to keep going because I haven't made it nearly the way I'm trying to get to.
Okay. So what do you like most about being in the music business?
What do I like most? Really, what I think makes me extremely happy is performing and fans just scream, hollering the lyrics back, and going in cities where I honestly, just be like, oh, they up on the music, you know what I'm saying? When I'm in these different cities, whether I'm in California or Michigan or wherever I'm at in Africa, and I go to these places and everybody's like hollering back your lyrics and know me from the beginning up until now, that makes me extremely happy.
Yeah, I will say that I'm from Augusta, and I know that when you would come to Mayfest, like, it's not nothing for everybody out there to be standing next to somebody sing the entire song. Like,
okay.
That happens, like, every time, and it's just, like, I think it's amazing that you can have that effect on people.
I do, too, and that's one thing that keep me going, because I'm like, man, that's what I always wanted, from starting up until now, and constantly want all the time. It's just people to know the music, feel the music, and when people hit me like on MySpace and emails and stuff and be like, man, your song, I sing it all the time, it helped me with this, or it helped me to understand that I needed to leave my boyfriend, or it helped me to understand that I love him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's funny, but I love that.
Yeah. So what do you like least about the music business?
You know what? The least is just the fakeness, just keeping it 100. Like, it's a lot of, you just got to deal with so much phoniness, like, and I'm not saying specifically just other artists, but the business can become shady. The business, it's just real, what's the word I'm trying to say? I guess, it's always, in your face it's one thing, and then behind your back it's another thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of two-sided.
Yeah, it's real two-sided, and then even when you're dealing with, it's real groupie-ish, it's real jockish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people just ride people coattails for the moment, and too many people on the same song. I mean, how many remixes gonna have the same people on it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people, people a lot of times, artists and record companies, a lot of times with record companies, though, they look at things like, well, if you go get this artist, this is gonna do this, and it's like, it's really not, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, 100 records with the same rappers, and I'm not dissing none of those guys because they putting in work and doing their thing, but it's like, it's, music is, we want to hear and see different things. We don't want to see the same dude up on stage, not moving, not entertaining. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, how much of that can we take?
Yeah, I feel you. I do. So what would you say your favorite song is that you've recorded?
Girl, honey, let me think. What's some of my favorites? Of course, I love my Bubble song. It's one of my favorites. And the funny part is, it wasn't exactly my favorite when I first did it.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, I like this, but it wasn't my favorite. I think Bend Over, Touch the Toes was one of my favorites. Georgia Peach was one of my favorites. Never Wanna Leave is one of my favorites. And I got a lot of favorites on the new album, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
But I think, just a couple of those. I mean, some songs I record, and I'm like, okay, when I did Bend Over, Touch the Toes, when I did that song, I listened to it so many times afterwards, I was like, okay, I love this song.
All right, so what's your favorite song of all time, period? Just any artist, any time period, any genre?
I don't have one, honestly. I go through phases. I don't know, girl. 1 minute I want to hear Al Green and Marvin Gaye and Sade and Luther. 1 minute, and then the next minute I'm on some Amy Winehouse and old Jamiroquai, and then Neo, and then Keisha Cole, and then I'm on, then I'm all Jay-Z'd out, and like Lil Wayne and Kanye out to death, so it just kind of split with me. Like, I have a lot of, my playlist goes, I play Total and Biggie and, Justin Timberlake and Neo and Outkast and, Goody Mob. I just flip through, just different music. Like, I just love music. I love to hear how people expressing themselves and the sounds and the beats.